There's this new discussion brewing about if Tyler Robinson's trial should or should not have cameras on it. And, well, Erika Kirk was asked that question, and this was her answer. I have my own answer, and I wanted to share it with you. But at the same time, it would be a good idea. Maybe you can comment. What do you think? You want cameras on Tyler Robinson's trial, or do you have a reason why cameras should not be permitted? Well, let's watch the clip.
The defense wants to ban cameras in the courtroom. How do you feel about that?
There were cameras all over my husband when he was murdered. There have been cameras all over my friends and family mourning. There have been cameras all over me, analyzing my every move, analyzing my every smile, my every tear. We deserve to have cameras in there. Why not be transparent? There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on. Let everyone see what true evil is. This is something that could impact a generation and generations to come.
Okay, there are a few things here, and obviously, this is going to be an actual discussion until, well, we wait for the trial itself. Obviously, the defense doesn't want cameras in the courtroom because, well, they don't want to spoil anybody or the jury be spoiled about, the discussion that it will be online. I'm pretty sure that low tubers are going to be really happy if there are cameras on that trial. Not gonna lie, yours truly, that's gonna be a great opportunity to analyze body language, and I think this is an understatement that this is going to be the most important trial that we could be actually even live streaming since the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. Yeah, this is going to be massive if there are cameras in the courtroom. Now, I can imagine that many people want those cameras to be, as Erika Kirk says. I'm going to address her words in a minute, but as she says, what is the problem? We want transparency. We want to see the whole thing. We want to see how it unfolds. We want to see, there are some words that she said that, okay, I'm going to mention, but yeah, everybody wants to see what is going on. But there are people at the same time that maybe disagree with this. I've seen some comments, not only on X, but in YouTube as well, in which they say that cameras should not be allowed, but because cameras would be part of the circus, quote unquote. That is basically paraphrasing this sentiment around that, because they're adamantly believe that Tyler Robinson did not kill Charlie Kirk. Again, he is still the alleged shooter. It's like he has not been found guilty of that. That's what the trial is for. So, as for me, for example, I want to see the trial. I think that there is a high degree of possibility that he is the guy from the DNA. Yeah, we have talked about all those conspiracy theories. Again, if you have a clue, if you have evidence of something else, you can reach out to me. So many of you have reached out to me. And the evidence is, in most cases, has not been compelling. I understand that maybe you don't believe what the FBI is saying, but at the same time, the FBI is working under Trump's administration, and Trump has said that he trusts Kash Patel. So I don't know what to tell you. So many of you are pro-Trump. Watch my channel. So I don't know how do you connect those two dots without having this conflict between the two things. But I understand that maybe there's a faction of the FBI that is hiding stuff. Although making a complete conspiracy about this, it could be a bit more difficult. But then, that is the argument that so many people are having, that there should not be cameras because that is going to only to make Tyler Robinson more guilty somehow, because only showing his face is gonna make us YouTubers talk about that. That is granted. And then that could reinforce the fact that Tyler Robinson did it when he didn't. And again, we needed to look at the evidence. We need to look at the actual evidence. And then again, as I've told you many times, I'm pretty sure that so many of you are going to comment, as you have commented on my videos before. How can you trust in the evidence, Jesus? And then I will tell you that we have to trust and connect the dots and see what fits and doesn't fit. And that's what I do in my channel. I try to make sense of stuff. There's a lot of misinformation out there. I try to look for the source, what actually happened. But if you don't have something to hold on to, if you think that everything is a conspiracy, if you think that, yeah, Charlie Kirk was not actually murdered, it was fake blood, as so many of you comment on every single one of my videos, then I don't know what to do about that. Okay, and my job, so to speak, is to try to, well, have these clips, of course, and take a look at the evidence, take a look at what happened, take a look at the footage, take a look at everything. You can say that things were fabricated. You can say that Tyler Robinson is a patsy. Okay, what is your evidence about that? Because there's evidence that not all evidence has been released, but there's a lot of evidence that points that he is actually the shooter. And not because the FBI is saying that, it means that it is not true. Did you automatically, that is a bit, this crazy way of thinking that is an authority that you think that you simply distrust. If they say something, then you automatically believe the opposite. That is a very bad way of going with your life, because it means that when you distrust somebody, and you will absolutely distrust everything that they say. So on the other side of the coin, if you trust somebody, you will trust everything that they say, no matter if it makes no sense. So you have to apply critical thinking on both scenarios. And in that regard, I want to mention something that I saw here in the words of Erika Kirk. And for the second part of the clip, she said this:
analyzing my every move.
Oh yeah, people have been analyzing her every move. I just made a video about her hug with J.D. Vance, to say that, okay, besides the hand on his hair, in which they have this very close relationship, Usha Vance as well. You see the video, and the video is pretty much a nothing burger. But the clickbait was in the images. So many people sharing still images, for clickbaiting. But yes, people are analyzing her every move. That is something that is not going to change. Again, I'm pretty sure that the comments are going to be lit on this one as well. But that's not what I wanted to mention. This is what I wanted to mention.
Analyzing my every smile, my every tear. We deserve to have cameras in there.
We deserve to have cameras in there. I think that is a bit of a false equivalence between all the cameras pointed at Charlie Kirk when he was assassinated, all the cameras and all the analysis on her, and all the cameras on in that courtroom. I think that argument is a bit flimsy. I think that doesn't have anything to do one thing with the other. The actual argument is that we want to see everything by ourselves. We want to see all the reactions. We want to see all everything. It would be only fair. It has a bit to do with what she's saying, but it has not that much to do, because it was obvious that there was a lot of cameras around Charlie when he was assassinated. He was in a very public event. She is a very public persona. People are going to talk about her in any way. Nobody can prevent that. Nobody can prevent that from happening. But yeah, those cameras in the courtroom can actually make a difference in so many ways. But this?
Why not be transparent? There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on.
I've seen what the case is built on. I'm sure those words are going to, well, so many people are going to pick those words apart. I cannot speak on behalf of Erika Kirk, of course. But saying that, I've seen the exact words. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on. There's nothing to hide. I've seen what the case is built on. We have seen what the case is built on in terms of, what the FBI and the media as well, because some things we have found out thanks to, TMZ of all of them. But we have seen what the FBI has shared with us. And our guess is that that's what the case is built on. And that is literally what the Department of Justice is building their case on Tyler Robinson. That's how it works. But there's also that doubt. Are we looking at the whole picture? And I'm not saying this with a tinfoil hat or anything. I'm saying this because of asking the actual questions. Okay, we want to know, especially, we want to know how that happened that day. Because I remember of all the questions that I've asked about this case, I remember that there are two main questions. The first one is, I'm pretty sure that there were other people in that crowd who knew this was going to happen. And I mean those who share those Discord chats with Tyler Robinson and Lance Twiggs. That's what I'm talking about. And the other thing that I really find it a bit hard to understand is the exact timeline of events of Tyler Robinson as an individual that day. That is the most important thing I'm looking after, and that is regardless if there are cameras or not in the courtroom. That would be really interesting to find out. Why? Because so much of the stuff that we have seen, remember the photos that the FBI shared, the screenshot that the FBI shared, so the father could identify Tyler and say, "Oh, I'm going to turn you in because I realize that you are the one who shot Charlie Kirk." All the unfolding of the events, if he had scouted the site before, if he knew where Charlie was going to be, all of that, did he do it that same day? How the cameras of the campus, all that, we want to know. We want to know how all that unfolded, because I find it really baffling how, just this one guy could pull that off. If he pulled all that, scouting the site the same day and doing the thing the same day, all right, okay, that is something. But that's why we need that trial to begin. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy. Much love and bliss.